BRICS countries look to dump the US dollar. Let's get into it. So the BRICS countries, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa countries are looking to dump the US dollar. It looks like America's sanctions on Russia has backfired as the BRICS countries discuss dumping the US dollar for a potential new currency. The idea of de-dollarisation has become popular recently after the US sanctioned Russia last year and this year due to Russia's invasion of Ukraine. So it's become increasingly popular recently. The dollar has became the default currency in 1944 under the Bretton Woods Agreement. Since then, the US has abused its power by placing sanctions on countries to achieve its foreign policy objectives. The US dollar has been weaponized against countries that the US and the West are hostile to. And this is certainly true with Russia, this is true with Libya, this is true with every developing nation, especially those in Africa, in the African continent, and in the Middle Eastern region. And so, because of this, the US has sanctioned countries that use the dollar. The US has embargoed countries that use the dollar. Iran is a very good example of this. And so the US has abused it. It's abused its default currency, default international currency, and weaponized it. And the US has nobody but itself to blame for all of this. Countries, another benefit, so that's one positive or one reason to dump the dollar, that the US has weaponized it against countries that the West and the US are hostile to. Another reason to dump the US dollar, and another positive to it, is that countries like China, India, Russia, the UAE, United Arab Emirates, and other countries are already trading in other currencies. So this isn't a new phenomenon. This isn't something that they will have to start doing. This is something that they're already doing. They're already trading, for example, in Indian rupees. They're already trading in the yuan, Chinese yuan. And so, thankfully, this is already into practice, and it's not something that they have to get accumulated to. Another benefit or positive and reason to get away from the US dollar is they're meeting this August, the BRICS countries, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. They're all meeting together in South Africa this August. And I think there is speculation that this meeting is going to be the one that sparks the new currency talks to fight off U.S. hegemony. And this is something that I am in favor of. The U.S. has long abused its power and has employed and abused its U.S. hegemony against many countries around the world. And hopefully these BRICS countries come together. Hopefully India does not try to start something with China, even though they have a border dispute, and they come together, because these countries and economies need to understand that if you are not America or the West, you are going to be left behind, and your interests are going to be left behind. So India's squabbles with China on its border, they need to leave that mess behind and take into account the bigger issue here. And the bigger issue here is creating a new economy, creating a new currency that will help their economies, and that will lead to less instability in the country and with their economies and with their currencies. And so I see this as a positive thing. Hopefully the BRICS countries do dump the US dollar soon, and hopefully it will turn out to be a success, because all of this has to be put on America's shoulders. America is the reason for all the blame for all of this. It's abused its power. It's sanctioned Russia due to Russia's invasion. It's sanctioned Iran. It's played the bully role for so long, and it's time to end that. It's time to end it soon. So that's what I think about the BRICS countries looking to dump the US dollar. What do you guys think about this story? Subscribe to the channel. Leave a like. That helps with the algorithm so other people can see this and be a part of the community. And comment. Let me know what you think about this story. If you are listening to this on the podcast, then tweet me. Let me know what you think about this story there. Take care.